I remember I sent bro FLPs. It's like old melodies, 2017 melodies, and then you got the new sauce on there, and people are like, "Oh man, this like old Future. This shit hard."
Focused, you know what I'm saying? Like lyrics first. When you're skilled at your craft, yeah, I'm gonna appreciate that, regardless of what. You know, image is just image.
If I could just give out one general piece of advice for lo-fi: compose with frequency in mind, texture matters, and groove matters.
A gem for producers, bro. Don't fucking stop practicing your melody. They may fucking suck right now. It happens. We all sucked at one point, but just keep practicing.
Do not give up. Like, don't matter how nothing bad gets, bro. If you feel like this is what you want to do, bro, and you feel like this is what's gonna take you to the level of you just being happy, not even just happy, but just like happy financially, bro, stick to this, bro. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different.
Check. 1, 2. What's up with y'all? You already know it's your boy 215 Got Beats, aka Streets, aka you already know this. Producer's new favorite podcast, Let Me Rap With You. I know I'm a little sluggish today, but you know, because your boy kind of pre-celebrated before he came to the office, maybe a little bit too much, but what can I say? It is 420. My favorite holiday. Happy 420 to everybody. The stoners, the fans. Because you know what we about with this podcast. This is the first annual 420 episode. But with this season, we actually got some twists, but because we actually have another bonus 420 episode, of course, but y'all already know. But before we really get into all these shenanigans, this podcast is sponsored by Demolier. Thank you, Drippin'. You ain't drippin' till you come shop with us. Make sure you get my guy Smash 215 at Demolier Shop. And I'm pretty sure y'all should get it this time because I'm going to say it nice and slow. That's DEMOLIR shop, no underscore, no none of that. I'm pretty sure y'all should get that this time around because I said it nice and slow for y'all thanks to the lit, you know, the litty. And, you know, definitely shout out Smash for this new I'm Outside hat. Definitely cop up on those. If you outside, you ain't outside until you cop this hat from my guy Smash 215. You ain't outside. But for those who are inside, especially our producers, y'all know this podcast is sponsored by Major Loops. You know, looking for some placement-worthy samples, 808s, kits, claps, snares, you name it. Hi-hats, open hats, closed hats, toms, percussions, 808, 808s already. MIDI kits, construction kits. Shout out to my guy Devil, MajorLoops.com. Great kits, great prices. Almost had that down this time. Almost had it. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to keep getting that one, but y'all already know the great kits, great prices. If you ain't got a placement yet, you probably because you ain't go to MajorLoops.com yet. That's probably why. And of course, you know this podcast is sponsored by No Rival Shop. You know. Shout out to my guy of mine. You know, make sure you go cop up on some No Rival Shop gear. The luxury collection, the art collection, the wolves collection, diamond tees, pressure tees, matrix tees, you name it. The butterfly effect tees, katana swords, mystery boxes, $11 tees, so much to offer. Because also the Let Me Rap With You merch is also on there. Make sure you go cop some joggers, some tees, smoke set. You know, you try and roll up for 420. I know a couple of our fans. Shout out to the Stoner fans who already copped up on the rolling trays. I know y'all rolling up for 420 right now. Got that Let Me Rap With You, you know, rolling tray out there. You know, rolling nice and slow while, you know, we get the intro segment ready for the guests to come in. You know, all that good stuff. And, you know, still got mask out here to protect yourself if you need a Let Me Rap With You mask. So, of course, you know. But another reason why we are also celebrating, I'm pretty sure y'all see it on the table. You know, I can't really zoom in like that from the camera over there. But we are also celebrating our newest, you know, we got We are also a part of, one of the finest quality, we're talking about grab leaves, papers, frontos, banana cones, banana rillos, the finest out there, the quality. And we actually rolling on that right now. We got a bunch of it rolled here. I am talking about Fire Life. Fire Life. Rolling up that good fire leaf. Shout out to our family at Fire Life. We appreciate you, adding us to the Fire Life family. Definitely appreciate you, giving us the opportunity. We definitely appreciate the package you sent us, because we got a whole bunch of these grabber leaves. This is just a preview, a little warm up, just a little preview. Got like 2 or 3 of these rolled already. I'm smoking one, you feel me? But definitely shout out to Fire Life. If you want to roll the finest, Fire Life. It's a lifestyle. Not just with the raps, not just with the papers, not just with the frontos and the natural leaves, but also the merchandise. Make sure you go cop up. Fire Life. And the reason why I say it like that, shout out to my guy Zero, because he got me on the wave saying it like that. Shout out to my guy Zero out of Atlanta, because I wouldn't even know about Fire Life if it wasn't for him. Definitely shout out to you, bro. I'm going to give you that dap right here, right now. Definitely for when this episode drops. Definitely got to give my shout out to Zero, bro. I would definitely want to be on this Fire Life if it wasn't for you, because you put me on to them. And I found out they were right in my city, right across the street from my job. Had the grabber leaves, the white ones, The black one right here, this is a special edition, Firelife.com. Life with a Y. But aside from all that, just been a lot, man. And definitely take it back. Shout out to the mind. Appreciate, the new opportunities you have given, to me outside of this podcast. We'll definitely get into all that into another episode, because, holiday episodes, I ain't trying to hold y'all too long. I've already kind of did, with that slow little intro and all that. But, at the same time, it's like, for real, I said, man, just, so much has happened, and it's so crazy. Like, right as soon as 420 comes, we lose two of the best artists that I've grown up to. R.I.P. to DMX, R.I.P. to Black Rob. That's actually why we chose not to drop the podcast for a little bit of time, because due to, X-Fast and, as I said on Twitter, I know everybody wanted to pay their respects, so we definitely wanted to set back a week. And, just really let the people give their respects to a legend that they truly miss. And then the week after, like, Black Rob passed, like, shit, man, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, that's somewhat a hurt piece. So, we gonna definitely light one in remembrance of, those two. You feel me? Oh shit. Fuck. Yo, I'm actually recording on the podcast right now. You want to give a little shout out real quick before I gotta go?
Shout out to my homeboy, shout out to 215 God Beach, he been holding it down and shit. He hold it down every day. But how's everything though?
Everything's good, bro. We recording the 420 segment right now. Happy 420. You feel me? So, shit's just, we just lit. It's crazy. Like, I actually got the.
Oh my God, you got the fingers and the gushers. You won't go. You ready?
Y'all heard it here first, folks. But like you said, we hold it down every day. Like, you heard it first from the trenches, everybody. Like, y'all don't get these kind of bond calls like this on the podcast. So that's definitely a good 420 exclusive. Because, if I wasn't on the podcast right now, I'd probably be with bro just, you don't know.
I gotta get ready to go to work, and I'm trying to be lit my damn self.
Hey man, look man, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people trying to roll one before they go to work right now. We definitely gotta speak for them. Definitely shout out to the stoners. Always rolling one before work, gotta get right, you know.
You already know.
Definitely appreciate your, you know, your little guest cameo on the intro segment, bro. We definitely gonna be lit for that one, bro. I thank you.
Man, good luck though. I'm scream at you though.
All right, I'm gonna call you after I get off.
Alright.
Hey man. It's not often, you know, I'll get a phone call from the real ones back in the set, so definitely appreciate that, man. Like, you know, definitely, you know, what are all the stoners out there doing, man? Like, bonging it, rolling wood, you know, me, you know, like I said, I'm fire life in it. You know, we trying to spread the fire all over, you know. So, you know, me, I'm fire life in it for real. But, you know, speaking of fire, we actually gonna get this fire guest on here, you know, to get ready and all that, so. But besides that, man, you know, before we get into the, you know, the call, like, usual, you know, positive vibes, man. I don't care if it's 420. I know everybody cooking up. Got some 420 tracks. Got some producers, they cooking up 420, rolling up that good shit. Whatever, man. Artists in the studio got that good weed right there with the, with the engineer and all that. You know, I'm pretty sure, like I said, man, we all doing it. We all doing it. So, you know, definitely just got done blowing that first one down. We got, you know, 2 more sitting here, but I'm going to save them for the guests. Definitely shout out to my boy Skum for this new Skum gear. See if I can kind of turn around, try to see, like, got the new, you know, West Philly Custom Club gear on, you know. Definitely shout out my boy Scum, man, you know. Definitely appreciate that, bro. And, oh snap, got my boy in the waiting room. Perfect. All right, perfect. Cut the browser off. Turn that off. All right, perfect. My audio's connecting. Yours connected?
Yo, what's good? Can you hear me?
Good, bro. Chilling. You gonna keep this one off camera or on camera? I let that one be up to you.
Yeah, I'm about to turn my camera on right now for sure.
Might as well, man. It's 420, man. We might as well.
oh, I gotta take this. I had to stick around my joint.
So
Don't
man.
know that's fine, but
man,
yeah.
Man, look, it's all good, man. Like, you know, I kind of got a little situated before the situation, so I had to take my time and all that. But let me rap with your podcast. You know, happy 420, another fabulous holiday episode. But not only another fabulous holiday episode, we got a fabulous guest in the building. And honestly, like, this is just one of those times where, you know, let's go outside the 420 gags. This is one of those interviews where it's just so many creatives who do so much work and never get the respect they deserve. You know, I got to sit here and vent that before I light my L real quick. But, you know, I'm glad that I got the podcast to do this shit because we got one of the hottest producers that's been in the game, been working his ass off. And I'm telling y'all, man, like, if it wasn't a better guest to get lit with for 420, although you came high on the rival, bro, I ain't mad at you.
Hey, man, we still gonna smoke, though. You know the vibes.
We got Kid Buku in the building. What's up with you, bro?
What's going on, gang? Appreciate you for having me. You know the vibes.
Hey, man.
420 coming up. We about to be very, very, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A little elevated, you know what I'm saying? Not a little elevated, but, you know, a little lot. Keeping it low key.
Of course, man. We elevating in all ways, whether it's the weed, the music, whatever, man. We gonna elevate, however we do. But before we even elevate, we gonna start from the bottom floor because I like to elevate into the upbringing of everybody's story and origin. So I like to go from where Kid Buku even started, how music even started from you in the first place and all that.
I feel you. It's crazy. I had like two other like aliases before I had like Buku, you feel me? Like it's basically I just like decided to really be myself, you know what I mean? And like, cause I'm African, you feel me? So I'm not gonna speak my whole government on here, but my first name is 13 letters, bro. You feel me? So like I just took a piece of my first name and that was Buku, you feel me? And then I was like, nah, I need something else to add to that. So I was like, I'm a real Dragon Ball Z fan. I love Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is my shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, Kid Buku would sound crazy. I'm not gonna lie, as a handle, like that shit would go crazy and the shit just stuck. So now everybody either calls me Buku, Kid Buku, Buku Boomy, like, you know what I mean? I'm just out here trying to make a name for myself.
You definitely solidified that name. And oh shit, I'm actually oh snap! Shout out to my best friend Lika. Man, having one on the way. Shout out to you, sis. Definitely just seen that on the gram. But it's so crazy. Like aliases, I've gone by so many. Like 215 Got Beats. I'm gonna say this is probably my 10th name, maybe. Maybe my 10th. I lost track. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Damn.
Like I'm talking about rap days, producer days, both sides of the world. I have changed names, but only in the producer world I changed my name once. That's why I always say 215 Got Beats, aka Streets, because when I first came into the production and engineering game, I did go by my hood alias. I kept that with like my rap name and all that, so I kind of kept it in the production thing. But then I felt like I needed a name that's like, because I felt like Streets, like that was given by my set. So that will forever be bond with the people that gave me the name. But I felt like I needed a name that was really going to solidify me in the game. Like something that will really get people's attention, or just say, not even get people's attention, just say, who the fuck is that? Like even on some troll, even on some troll shit, like who the fuck is 215 Got Beats?
For real.
Like real
that's
shit,
literally that's what you want though. Like you want people to ask that question because that just digs into them doing more research on you. And it's like once they that's literally all you need. Like if you go crazy, you just need that one person to just do a little bit more research on you, and then
man, that's my favorite thing to do aside from making beats and podcasting is researching producers. It's weird. It's a weird job. Like I guess it's kind of like what Sunny said on the podcast. I'm a Narwhal kind of person, but it is what it is. It's just what I do. But the one thing aside from name change, like what really influenced you? Like, not matter of fact, let's backtrack a little bit because I always like to go influences from both sides. What kind of music did you grow up listening to before you actually went into making beats?
Whew.
Yeah, I had to kick that one up a little bit.
Yeah, I feel you. It's crazy because like when I was in middle school back in 2007, 2008, when I was in middle school, I was a real hip hop head. Like I was listening to Drake, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, J. Cole, like who else? Mac Miller, you know what I'm saying? Like I was listening to everybody like that was really coming up at the time. And then I got to high school and I started meeting like other people, and it's like, bro, for some reason I started listening to like dubstep. I started listening to like EDM, like real, like, you know what I mean? Like real production based music. And it was like, bro, I'm listening to this music, like, well, all my white friends and shit. I'm just like, nah, how did they make this shit though? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm dead ass like dumbfounded. They all bumping this shit, going crazy. I'm sitting in the car like, but how do they make this shit? You know what I'm saying?
I still sit there and question that.
Bro, like, how did they make that shit, bro? Like, and that's what just sparked my interest in production right then and there. I was like, bro, something with this is just crazy to me. Like, bro, they're literally making drums, like, on a computer. Like, that's crazy as fuck. Like,
and it's crazy that you got introduced to it by, like, one of the most outstanding genres. Because, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, what really got me into EDM, because I probably say me growing up, I probably say I was your classic punk thug. I guess I could kind of describe it, because, like, of course I was always mama's little rebel and shit, but I still had my Green Day, like my Gorillas, and you know, like like that's what I'm saying. Like, I still always had like different influences outside of like hip hop and all that, and everything that influenced me. Like, I like even EDM early. Like, I can name one of my favorite, like, I could say EDM songs was from the Sonic the Hedgehog soundtrack from 2006, the 2006 game. Dreams of the Absolution by Lee Brotherton. That's definitely one of my favorite soundtrack songs of all time.
You ever play Sonic Heroes for PlayStation 2?
Of course. Like,
the soundtrack to that game is fire.
I got a PlayStation 2 in the house right now. I need to order that. I need to order that. God, he just reminded me of some. My God,
bro,
Lord.
PS2 was a classic, bro. Don't do that to me. Like, I literally have. What's this right here? Like, well, you know what I'm saying, broski? Like, I was really on the classics. Like,
I got all 3 Midnight Clubs sitting in the other room right now.
You're a goat. That's what I don't. That's what I need. You reminding me now. That's tough.
Man, I'm gonna say like this though. I had a discussion with a friend of mine. Shout out to Trina. We were discussing like video games one day, and I'm not even gonna lie, because she talked about one of the best video games of all time, Jet Set Radio. I said, God, that just hit my soul. Jet Set Radio. I'm not gonna lie, like, that is one game that should have been on PlayStation.
There's a lot of games that weren't on PlayStation that really belonged on PlayStation.
For sure. Man, honestly, thinking back on PlayStation, like, oh my God, and PlayStation 2 memories. Lord, my mom is going to kill me for this, but I'm going to talk about it. Because, like, okay, so, like, when Grand Theft Auto San Andreas came out, I think I was on, like, I don't remember what year it came out. I think we had to be kids when that shit came out.
6, 7.
But I was a teenager later, and I had gotten a new PlayStation. I think I was like 15 or 16 or some shit. And I was going to the game store, and I wanted to get Grand Theft Auto. My mom talking about, you're not getting that shit. I'm sitting here like, man, I'm not trying to get no other fucking game but this shit. Like, everything else, my pop went and got me like a couple weeks prior. So like the other games that I really wanted, my pop got me prior, like 2 weeks prior. Shout out to Pops. So I'm sitting there like, damn, like, I got all this other shit in the house. Like,
right, like, it wasn't like this when Pops was around. Like, come on.
No. So here's the situation. Like, it was this dude in front of me. He looked like a cool ass gamer. We started discussing some shit, and he was older. We started talking a little shit, yada yada, this editor. So I'm sitting here like, yo, bro, like, I got $5, but can you pay for this joint for me? Like, I can't pay for this joint, but my mom on me and shit. You know? So me and my little brother in there, we pulling the steam off and shit. We go back in the car. I took the game in my hoodie. My mom looking at me like, what game did you get? Me and my brother looking in the back seat like,
I'm playing fake. I'm weak.
Like, bro, when I tell you, like, and I'm pretty sure some of y'all relate to me when y'all had to play the rated M games and y'all had to turn the TV down late at night and shit so your mama don't hear that shit. Oh my God, like San Andreas, PlayStation 2, great memories. I definitely remember that shit. Which I actually have, I have the PlayStation Network downloaded one on a PS4, but you know, it's
not the same.
Nope, definitely not.
No.
Definitely not. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, we're sitting here talking about games, and it's crazy how, like, one of my long-term, like you said, what got you into production. Like, I'm gonna tell you one thing that really wanted to produce, what pushed me to really be a producer with a goal. Like, and I usually don't talk about this, but I mean, shit, this is 420. We on the podcast. We might as well. Fuck it. One of my long-term production goals, and this is what really pushed me to be a producer. I don't know what Need for Speed it was when it dropped. I don't remember which Need for Speed it was. They've had so many that dropped. I can't recall. But I can remember the first time when Electronic Arts had put out a Spotify playlist of all the songs that were on that Need for Speed, including the bonus songs. And I sat there like, got Travis on here. Y'all got all these different genres with the. I'm like, and Need for Speed, they got Electronic Arts. They got a whole Spotify page with every single playlist with the artist songs themselves. I follow all of them. Like they literally put all of the artist songs from their Spotify onto the playlist, and from what they like. And it's so crazy. I sat there like,
that's hard.
Need for Speed got the best soundtracks ever. If I'm not on the Need for Speed soundtrack before I die, I ain't shit. Like, to me, that's like, that's worth more than a Drake placement for me, bro. Get me like, it don't matter what artist I do it with. It don't matter if it's an up and coming artist. Let them be on the soundtrack of an Electronic Arts video game. God can take me out. Like DMX said, I lived a happy life. Like, can't nothing top that for me.
Sweet.
Man, but
so crazy. That reminds me of my man. So I don't know if you know who Swish God is. He's an artist. He's from my hometown, Long Island, New York. But he has this song called "Switch Me Up" on 2K. And just like, damn, like just like him being my friend. Like, I'm just like, bro, what?
Whoa. That's your homie?
That's my homie. I mean, yeah, he's from my hometown.
Oh my God, bro. Every time I be watching my bro play 2K, shout out to Moo. Every time I watch him play 2K, I be paying it. Like I said, like me as a producer, like I'm paying attention to everything.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there like, and like I see Switch It Up come on, like, and that shit was lit. Like, definitely shout out to bro.
He definitely went crazy. For sure.
Speaking of good friends, you actually brought up a good point, because everybody has a starting point where they start with people. So when you got into production yourself, what was the first program you got into, and who were like some of the first people that you kind of collaborated with?
Well, it's crazy because my man sent me FL Studio by accident. And that's, on accident. And I downloaded it. I opened my email, looking at it like mad confused. I'm like, what is this program? Whatever. I downloaded. And I text him. I'm like, what did I just download to my laptop? And he's like, oh, I didn't even need to send that to you. I'm going to send it to the other Tony in my email list. But that's FL Studio. That's how people like do music production. I'm like, so this is how they be making all those crazy ass sounds? And he's like, oh, yeah. Like, well, I would text him, I'm like, So that's how I first got FL Studio. You know what I mean? That's how I was first introduced to FL Studio.
Fucking accident.
No cap. It's really dead ass crazy. But fucking, like, for the first 9 months of me using FL, I don't think I collabed with anybody. Like, honestly, probably for the first year, I don't think I collabed with anybody. I was honestly just figuring out FL. Like,
do you remember which FL it was?
Yeah, it was FL12. I think FL12 flat. Literally flat.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was so confusing to me at the time. I was like going crazy. And I guess like this was the times where like they started like listening to your conversations and shit. Because when I went on YouTube that's when I started seeing tutorials, and that's when shit started getting crazy. And you know how it go from there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even though I learned a lot of stuff hands-on, I still watch the few tutorials left and right.
Every day I watch at least one, or I try to watch
The
one.
reason why I'm not even gonna lie, like, because a couple of some producers, they wonder how I got so good at beats so early. It was actually in my rap days of why I did that, because like, I can never forget this shit. Like, and as you said, like, probably maybe the first year I made beats, even during my rap days when I was making beats, I didn't work with nobody for like a year. I probably did like the second year, because then that's when homies started coming over, and like, you know, like,
Exactly.
when
You
like
understand FL or whatever program you're using, and you know.
this was honestly
really
this is before I even knew how to mix, level, or anything. But
same.
I lead a, like, because I was in my mom crib still. When I leave my room, I leave a beat playing, because homies text me, call me like, yo, I'm outside. All right, cool. So I just go right the fuck downstairs, leave my shit running. They walk in there like, who beat is that? Like, oh, I made this joint. I'm learning how to make beats, stuff like. I need that. Like, and like, bro, like I said, like, and you know, like I said in the intro segment, man, like, shout out to the homies on the set, man. Like I said, man, like, and I actually literally had to explain to my homie, shout out to my homie Boss, I had to explain to him literally today, like I literally will probably be nothing without my city, because like every time, like you said, even just in the learning process, I had people backing me up. I didn't know how to mix, level, or none of that shit. And then my cousin Joey, shout out to Jo-Kane, my cousin Joey, he found out from my mom and my other cousin that I do music with, shout out to Muller. He found out from them that I do music. He said, damn, cuzzo, like, I ain't talked to you all these years, bro. You do music now? I'm like, yeah. And shit and all that. So it's like, he said, cuzzo, look, you use FL Studio? I said, because now during this time, and I'm gonna say it like this, artists, producers, engineers, if you want to take this, I'm old school. So I mean, I don't know if you like the process, but if you're old school, if you like taking your time with stuff, take this gem with you. Because the way I used to record, even or making beats, the way I used to record, not too many people know Audacity. I probably talked about Audacity probably maybe one time on this podcast since this episode.
Audacity?
I probably talked about that with maybe one guest. I can't remember the last time I talked. I think this was season 1 I talked about the last time I had this conversation even about Audacity. I think it was season 1. Honestly, I can't. But no, let's. Man, I wish I can remember who it was, but oh man, so many good interviews. That's what happens when you got too many good interviews. Shout out to the guest that's been on the podcast already. Love y'all. But oh my god, I used to, because you know, man, niggas wasn't trying. Nobody want. We weren't trying to pay for stuff like that. Come on, bro. We was still coming up in our mama cribs, grandmama's grilled cheese sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly, and ramen noodles, and Lord be lucky, you know, parents had a good job. You know, thank God for it. You know, the ones that grew up, our parents had good jobs. Thank God for that. But yeah. So of course, like, you know, I wasn't trying to, but my OG that did music with my cousin, he had a version of FL Studio that this DJ put out on this blog spot for everybody to download. So he had it, put it on a burnt CD, a data CD, gave it to my cousin. My cousin came all the way from Jersey to Philly to bring it to me. I had that since then. And the way that I used to record, and like I said, rappers, you could take this gem with you. The reason why, and like I said, like, trust me, like I said, I'm going to tell y'all why, like, and honestly, like, if I honestly ever go back to rapping, I probably would take the long process again. The reason why I record on Audacity is because, no offense to Pro Tools, no offense to Mix, and I use Mixcraft. So, you know, I know this. I've used programs, I've used them to know this stuff. But when you're talking about because a lot of people don't understand that when you're, and actually I'm using a USB mic. I wish I can show you guys the cord from here, but let me see if I can. Yeah, I'm not even gonna risk it, but okay, I'm gonna basically I got another USB sitting here. So let's just say, for example, this hard drive is a microphone, everybody. Let's say this is a USB microphone. You guys have to understand that with the traction of these wires, that with programs, different interfaces, and how different recording software works, each, no matter what microphone you have, your vocals are going to come out differently because of how the program works and how much CPU usage and everything it has, no matter what microphone you have. Even if you have the best microphone, you can have the top microphone. You record that shit on Audacity, I swear to God, that shit will sound different in Pro Tools, even in raw mix only. If you have the levels right still, if you know how to use Audacity. That's all I'm saying. But what I would do is record my vocals raw. Don't do nothing to them. Export them as waves, and then send them to FL Studio or whichever, Mixcraft or FL Studio, whichever one I had at my access at that time and moment, and then literally mix them in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how
recording one and mixing the other.
Exactly. And the trick that my cousin taught me when he found out that I did this, he taught me a parametric EQ trick. But once he taught me the parametric EQ trick, specifically producers and artists, if you mix in it, I know artists who mix in FL Studio too. So parametric EQ too. Tweak with it. But when you look at those numbers between 1 and 7, my favorite tweakers is 1. But don't tweak 1 too much. Keep that low bass kind of where it is, but tweak it to where you feel like you got that feel for it. I kind of leave 1 to where it is, because 2, that's where the bass is really at for me. And that's how I get like the little midpoints of my mixing and mastering, even if I use the multi-band compression. And then 6 and 7, that's where like the treble and the high end comes in. But I usually try to make sure that my mid and my low ends, they got to be done first. Because then once I get that high end, that's where I really get that boost in. And that's like the parametric EQ trick that my cousin taught me. That's why I kind of knew how to make my beats work ahead of time. And then my friend taught me how to level, and then boom.
It's hard. I don't know about engineering. Like it's difficult for me. I'm not gonna lie.
It's still a learning process, bro. Oh my God. It's like going to college and you got to learn all these other classes and stuff, but it's only one thing. Like, bro, it's a process, but I feel like the long term is really going to work for me. And I'm going to stick my guts to it. But, after that, 9 months, and after that, that time that you really didn't get to work with nobody, what was that transition like for you? What started happening like after that year?
Like, it's like people wanted to make music with me. You know what I mean? Like, it was like everybody was like, yo, pull up to us through, like, let's cook up some shit, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm like, young, eager me, you know what I mean? I'm not even nowhere near like making, like at the level of making a solid beat, you know what I mean? I'm just happy to be working with people. I'm just like, all right, yo, bet, I'm pulling up. So I'm just working with everybody in my town who's like local or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, just doing my thing. It's like, damn, like, we could really make music together. Like, this is hard. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't good at the time, but you know what I mean? Just the fact that we were doing that, like, it's crazy.
I know the feeling, man, just having anybody in your city wanting to work with you, because, to me, internet respect is one thing, earning your city respect is another. Right. To me, it's really a difference. And, like I said, some people, they think differently. Like, I don't believe in that whole city hates on people thing, like, because I don't know, like, I mean, it's my aspect is different. That's all I'm gonna say. My aspect is different. Like I said, I literally had to, like, I had to tell my homie Boss today, like, Like I told him I gotta hold the city down. He like, you gotta make sure you hold the family down, hold yourself down. I said, bro, that's always a must, but the city is the reason why I'm here. I wouldn't be sitting here in this chair if it weren't for my city. I wouldn't be sitting here in this chair. I wouldn't. I do think the internet too, like the internet, making beats, making beats, engineering, shit. The internet, that shit saved my life, real shit. But before that, my city was all I had. That's on my mama and them. Like that's all I had. So, like I told Boss, like, bro, whatever I do, I gotta hold the city down with it, no matter where I go. And that's why, like my homie, when my homie gave me the great idea of just giving me the name 215 God Beats. Because 215 God, that's like an area code. So
that makes mad sense now.
Exactly. So
sense.
Wherever I go, I hold my city with it.
I'm from the 516. You already know that, though. It's crazy because shout out my man Swish God, but Swish God that has 516 tatted on his neck, man. That shit is crazy.
I always respect artists who never forget where they come from, man.
It's always gonna be 516 till I die. I'm never gonna forget where I'm from.
Trust me, like, I mean, I was mostly raised in the 215, like, because I was really born in Jersey. So I definitely won't forget that. But the one thing I will say is, like, 215, they raised me.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And, like,
Jersey didn't make you who you are.
They helped me grow though. Growth always starts somewhere, but Philly made the monster.
That's what I'm saying.
They made the monster.
They molded you for sure.
Man, and the one thing that, every producer has a way of molding themselves. What's one thing that you do every day as a producer to try to keep yourself building, to keep yourself molding, to keep yourself, like, making sure you don't keep yourself, standard at a stalemate, at a stalemate like place.
I feel you.
Like, what are some of the things you do as a producer to, make sure you stay out of that?
One thing I do to make sure I'm always, like, keeping my sword sharp is, like, I just use my ears and, like, I just listen to everything. And it's like, whatever I'm hearing, I think about it, like, in FL Studio. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could I take this? What could I do with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, those birds, like, chirping outside. Like, I could just, you know what I'm saying? I could sample that. I could turn that into a one shot. I could, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Just everything. Like, oh, that melody is hard. Like, what could I do different on that beat? Oh, shit, this shit. You know what I mean? Just always just keeping my mind active. But, like, it's basically your ears, but with your mind with it. Like, it's crazy. I just always listen. You know what I mean? And see if I could change shit, do something, like, revamp something. Like, I do it this way, or, you know what I mean?
Man, I'll say it like this. It's the small things like that definitely sets all the producers different, because I feel like every producer has, like, a niche to their nature of who they are as a producer. Like, whether you're a bedroom producer, a home producer, studio to studio producer, it don't matter what kind of producer you are. Everybody has their influence and their nature to their niche. And that's, like, the one thing that I truly respect. Even with artists, like, no matter what your creative genre is, I feel like everybody has that, that same thing. So I feel like having those kind of, things in your head and your mind, keeping yourself at bay and keeping yourself, level-headed and putting yourself to that next level. How did it wind up leading to your very first placement, and who was your very first placement, actually?
very first placement that dropped in November. Like, when you say placement, like, you mean first, like, person to use my beat, or like first industry person to use my beat? Like,
We can go both ways if that actually works. Because to me, because actually, I'll say it like this. I don't know if I ever broke this down on the podcast, but to me, a placement is anybody, because you never know who is. Yeah, to me, a placement is anybody. Every artist I work with is a placement.
They can blow up at any time. You never know. Like,
it could have been an artist you worked with 3 years ago, then he fucking blows up. You never know.
Exactly. For sure.
So we can go both sides for that.
For sure. My first placement was with my man's Lord Burns. He's this artist from like around like Yonkers, New York. Like, that's my guy. Like, I remember when I first started making beats, like, he used to like always like keep my posts on the gram and be like, yo, nah, send me this beat, like send me this beat. And I'd be like, I got you. Like, shout out my man, Lord Burns. But yeah, he was the first person to ever like hop on one of my beats. And the song did like 6K plays. So that was like pretty hype for me. I was like, yo, that shit was crazy. Like, I was geeking over 6K plays. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if I'd have had 6K plays, my first shit I'd have been geeking too.
Oh, dude. And it was just a good feeling, because like it just overall pushed me to like continue to be a producer, and like, you know what I mean? It was like it started the snowball effect. That shit was fun.
Man, like I said, everybody has that start, because like, to be honest, like, I'll say my cousin was probably the first artist who ever hopped on one of my beats, because that's family. But aside from that, I have to give a shout out to my guy Spaziano, because he was really the first artist outside of family to hop on one of my beats. But that also led to my first placement as well. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 in my situation, because, and I'm pretty sure people aren't really familiar with the artist, but I was really into CTE back in the day. Jeezy had an indie artist, J-Dub, from Tennessee. He was an indie artist that was signed with CTE, and shout out to my guy Spaziano. He had. Now the crazy thing is, I didn't know what was going on or any of that. I just, he called me. He said, Streets, I need to pay you for a session one day, and I might need some beats. I said, cool, bro. You my bro. Just pay me for the session. I got you with the beats. Don't even shit like that.
Wow.
Yeah. That's man. That's my man. Man. That's my brother without blood. Like, on God, like, that's my brother without blood. So, like, one day, just come. Like, this is back when I had the studio at Mama crib. Come in. Say, yo, Streets, about to work with the CTE artist. I'm like, I said, nigga, now don't you tell me you working with Jeezy now. Don't you be getting me, Jeezy Slick Put, don't you be getting me excited now. So then he told me about J-Dub, and I'm sitting there like, cool. So what's the situation like? You recording to one of his songs? He like, no. I want him recording to my songs. I want you to do the beat. I'm like, what? Bro, and like I said, this was back during that time. I didn't know how to mix. This is before cousin Joey gave me the EQ sauce. This was before all that shit. I still got the song on SoundCloud for proof. I'll send it to you when we get off the John. But yeah, bro, like, that was just like the first artist who I ever got to really work with as a producer, even though I was still rapping, like, the first artist who I really got to ever work with as a producer was the same artist who got me my first placement as a teenager.
That's tough. Connections is heavy, man.
Man, like, that's like I said, that's a 2-for-1. Like, damn, man. I'm not even gonna lie, like, for one of the beats that, like, I didn't know how to mix, that was one of my favorite beats that I didn't know how to mix. Like that was one of my favorites too. Like it's crazy. Like even though I didn't know how to mix, I didn't look at all my beats as bad. I still had some beats that I liked, and that's what really kept me going. Like just because I didn't know what I was doing, and I was kind of prideful. I didn't really look at the tutorials and stuff. I guess I was prideful. I was one of those like, no, I want to learn how to do this shit myself type shit.
Oh,
Yeah. I was like one of those type guys. So like I was prideful during the time, and but
definitely abusing those tutorials. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, like I said, later on, put my pride aside, started looking at some, but even during the time with my pride, even when I didn't know how to do shit, like making those beats were still fun. And I still probably rapped on maybe 40% of them. So
it's a good amount.
Yeah, I'm going to say. And the rest just went to my homies, if they liked them or, it didn't matter. So here we go. Wow, 420 and the lighter goes out. Ain't that a bitch?
I think you might need this.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I probably got to back up one of my book bag. Oh, no, it's sitting right there. I had to back up one of my book bag earlier, and it's still sitting in here. There we go. Always keep a backup. Always keep a backup. I'm gonna say because before the segment, I had another lighter in here when I was rolling earlier, so I definitely knew I had another lighter in here. Ooh, it looked like I probably haven't even used this one. This thing look like
it's booming, right?
Yeah,
booming.
That shit Buku booming like damn.
You feel me? I'm weak.
But actually, and as you said in the question, industry wise, have you come across any industry placements that that have dropped or anything?
Like recently, or
it could have been any time in your career, because like I said, I'm all about origins, so
my first industry placement was with Fab. Like it was honestly like the craziest way for me to jump into the industry for real. You know what I mean? I was like, I was so young of a producer, I couldn't really grasp what was going on, really. Like,
before we even find out what fabulous song this is, I need to break down a story leading to it. Like, how did this even happen?
Bruh, telling you, networking takes you so far. So in my hometown, I work with this indie artist. Shout out to my man Chase. At Thank You Chase on IG. That's my boy. Like me and him make hits together. You know what I mean? We do projects together, this and that. He's like one of the most talented rappers I know. No cap. And like he hit me up one day to go to the studio, and like I was like, yeah, I'm with it. Like let's go, whatever. So I pull up to the studio. Me and him pull up, and he tells me to play some beats. So I'm playing some beats or whatever. We're just like fucking around doing our thing, and one of the guys in the studio like walks up to me and Chase, and he's like, Chase, like, who's this? I'm talking about me. And like Chase introduces me, whatever. And then this guy's like, oh, I fuck with your beats, how are they hard? I'm like, appreciate you, you know what I mean? I'm mad humble, like, and whatever, like, cool, things go by. So at the end of the session, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck with you, like, send me all your beats, like, I'm gonna send them out, like, for placements. And I'm like, oh, for real, that's fire. Like, thank you, bro. Like, me not understanding, like, you know what I mean? Me not really realizing what, like, the gravity of what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I get his number, I get his email, his contact, everything. This is like August 2017. Like, when I first met him, August 2017. And after that, I sent him beats throughout the whole month of September. Didn't really hear back from anything. sent him beats in the first week of October. And the second week of October, he calls me and he's like, yo, send me the stems to this beat called Lose You right now. And I'm like, okay. I sent it to him. I'm like, who? Like, we're still on the phone. So I'm like, as I sent it to him, like, we're still talking. I'm like, who's getting on the beat? Da da da. And he's like, oh, just Fab and Jadakiss. And like, he just keeps talking like it's just like a normal thing. And I'm like, oh, all right, for sure, bet. Like, not really understanding, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like he just kept talking.
He just said it like it was normal.
Bro,
like
he's like, an old head. He's an old head. Like, he's worked with Fab and Jada already.
He just said it like, he's like, yeah,
it.
Send me the stems. Fab and Jay just hopping on the show. Like, I need that right now.
I'm thinking he's talking about indie artists, like some new indie artists, whatever. So I get up the phone call, I send the stems. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, nah, I'm bugging out. I go on my phone, I search. I'm like, yo, and like it just hits, and it's just like, nah.
Wait,
and I call.
Whoa! I'm putting the weed just hit me. I'm putting two and two together. Are you telling me? Because I just heard Fab and Jada. Are you telling me that you had a placement on the Freddie versus Jason album?
Yes, sir. For sure. I had a song on there. Me and my man's R8. Shout out R8, man. That's my guy. Yeah. Definitely.
I need to know the song.
It's called Nightmares Ain't As Bad. For sure. You like crazy.
Nightmares Ain't As Bad. I cannot. First of all, like you said, like you're thinking just as indie, like, damn.
Bro, like, it really took a while for it to really settle in, and like, I was so surprised, and like, that being my first placement really opened me up to a lot of things, like the business side of things, like, you know what I mean? Like the promotional side of things, like making sure you earn your credit, you earn your stripes, like everywhere, like this is supposed to, you know what I mean? Like, I just learned so much, and it's like, it was a hell of a like journey, but I'm glad I learned it my first placement and my biggest placement, you know what I mean?
Man, that talk about a gem, like, and it, like you said, like, for especially people of that status, you definitely have to learn the ins and outs, and it was great that you were able to have that opportunity early, because a lot of producers, they're still taking their days in and days out just trying to figure this shit out. So, you know,
definitely blessed,
like
every day.
But my curiosity in the process of, you know, that specific song with the paperwork, you know, did they really give you any issues with the paperwork, or was all that like,
man,
you know?
You really understand, like, once you get your first kind of big placement, you really understand how, like, how fast or slow the industry works, B, the bullshit that goes into all this, like, contracting, and it's just so much shit, like, so much shit. Yeah, there was a lot of bullshit.
I hear a lot of the, you know, I hear a lot of the guys on Twitter, they talk about, you know, like, it's one thing having underground placements, but, you know, the major placements, like, I remember I had a conversation with Jay Bento. He had said if all his placements have dropped, his catalog would be crazy right now.
I don't even want to talk about placements that didn't drop, because it makes me sad every time I speak about them. Like, I could have a completely different career right now, but I am where I am. It's like, I'm not mad. I'm definitely not mad. I'm still blessed, but it's just like, damn.
I truly understand that excitement, because I remember in 2018, like you said, networking really is a motherfucker. And shout out my guy 808 Genius, because that was definitely my guy. And, you know, I was sending packs to him, sending him collabs and stuff, and sending him stuff back with, like, using his kits. And called me one day, when I was in the studio with the homies and shit, he had texted me. He said, "Yo, just possibly be ready. Rich the Kid, he opened one of our folders. This was back in 2018. I think he was working on The World Is Yours Volume 1. It's right around that time. But, like I said, like you said, like it, I seen the link and everything because like we had the folder link, we seen that, he went through the files and all that. But, when it came to the rundown and the final songs, it just didn't make it. Nor do we know if he even used the beat or not. I know already that he had worked with Rich beforehand, so that was already relevant on their side. But so I truly understand like those that could have, should have, would have, or we don't know. That shit kills,
For a fact.
But whether they're underground or major, who are some of the other artists that you have, grown fond of working with, recently?
Recently, I've been doing a lot of work with upcoming artists like Roadrunner TB. Man, Roadrunner TB, so fire. Shout out Roadrunner TB, my man from Cincinnati, Ohio. Shout out my man Roadrunner Savy, also from Cincinnati, Ohio. Them boys doing their thing. Some other underground artists I work with are Midwest Mills, also from Ohio, Cincinnati. Y'all, them boys go crazy. Like, that real, like, how do I even say it? That Flint sound, you know what I mean? That shit is hard as fuck. Like, that shit is hard. But
definitely relate.
Also work with some melodic artists like Pasto Flaco, just a lot of different artists, Swish God. I have a record coming with Yak Gotti, but that's kind of underground / mainstream, but yeah. But yeah, I'm just working on a bunch of different stuff. I'm honestly just trying to lay the foundation for my career because I feel like I kind of started out like way too high. You know what I mean? I'm blessed to have that opportunity, but it's like that was way too high of a accomplishment for me to start out with. Like it completely like screwed my like.
It's included other opportunities that could have been grabbed at an early stage.
Yeah, like, but I just didn't know how to capitalize off of it for real because it was like my first, big buzz. Like, it was just like, I don't even know how to really take all of this in. So, fuck. But now I just move with a different swagger as a producer. So it's just like, whatever comes next, I'm ready for that shit. Like,
and it's honestly like, and as I said on the podcast, and I didn't really say too much about it, and I will talk about it on another episode for the fans, that'll be another conversation. But the one thing I will say is that, like, one thing that I've learned in my career is that, like, a major placement is cool. If I get another, it's cool. I'm fine with that. If I get another, it's cool. I mean, like I said, that J-Dub one, first of all, for a beat that wasn't even mixed or mastered correctly, I'm grateful to even have a former CTE artist even be on that. I'm grateful to that to this day, to even have that opportunity, whether high or low, like I'm grateful for that. But the one thing I've learned is no matter how high, like I reach a placement, I feel like, and it's weird, I just feel like my place will forever be somewhat in the spectrum between the underground and the industry. I feel like my place is there because like the underground, the culture, the stuff that I'm seeing now and all that's going on, like I have to, and then especially with the podcast alone, like I gotta be here for the culture. I got to. So.
And personally, cooking up for underground artists makes making music more fun for me, personally. Like, you know what I mean? Because I just know there's really no creativity cap on their music, So it's like I can really go crazy and start a new sound. You know what I mean? But I'm not starting a new sound with a major artist. Like, I'm not starting a new sound with Drake. I'm not starting a new sound with Killer Roy. You know what I mean? Like, they have their sounds. You know what I mean? I'm just going to be a part of their catalog.
The one thing I've learned, especially like you said, and especially working with underground artists, like this literally actually just happened, like right before the interview today. Like I'm not sure if you're familiar with funk music, but
Low-key.
yeah, like that's my low key love, you feel me? But like literally, I have an artist, and I produce for him, I mix and master for him, all that. He signed with me, everything. And especially with the podcast now, especially with some of the interviews, especially the Donnie Nola interviewing funk artists and all that going on. The funk community has definitely been around more and showing love. And what had happened was, like, I was looking to pay somebody to make a funk remix of one of my artist songs, because I keep acapellas and stuff. I'm one of those kind of guys. Like, I make sure I keep acapellas, like my artists keep their acapellas, like, or even if you're just a client who pays me for a mix and master, like, I make sure you keep your stems and all that. I'm just one of those type of people. So even if it's a client even if it's
goes a long way.
Yeah, like I got a drive. I got an external hard drive. Like, let's say, for example, I got an artist that was working with me back in 2018. He needed the stems to an old song back. If he needed them back, that's no problem. I can just pull the drive out and just boom. So when I was thinking on it, I was talking to a couple of funk guys. I hit up one of my homies, shout out Kid Buku. And I was telling him, like, I got an artist, and I wanted to do like I wanted somebody to do a funk remix to like one of his vocals. And I was willing to ask him, like, how much would you do for it? Because I know you got to make the beat, you got to flip the samples or whatever, you got to do all that stuff. That takes time, man. So I believe in paying for somebody's time. But show love. You said, nah, do that shit for free, bro. I said, nah, I got
That's
you.
love.
Literally sent it back to me like 3 hours ago, and it's like the fact that, like, just like my label is like 5 years old as of this year, and it's like now I got one of my artists to get a funk remix of one of his, like, like top songs that people like, and it's a 420 song, so it's like it's the perfect time and everything. So it's like that was just like the one thing I'm learning as a producer is, like, not only to expand my brand just with artists, but also to expand my brand with other genres.
I feel that. Yeah, I like to expand my music taste a lot. Like, I started out with dubstep, so I feel like my music taste has, balance really. Except country, I will never fuck with country music.
Oh no! I'm good. Look, I'm good to say now. I'm not trying to go there, but now there are certain artists I know that does country, so it's like, in the respects to them, so I won't go there. But
I feel
because I listen to their stuff, so I won't be a hypocrite. I won't be a hypocrite. Like, if this is one of my friends, and like I know who you are,
sure.
so
I'm supporting.
I won't be a hypocrite and biased to that. But on my regular from mainstream and anything else, not going to be my cup of tea. I'm just going to be honest. But before we end off this, great 420 holiday episode, like, I usually like to ask, like, my last favorite questions for producers or artists, or however we usually do it. So I'll say it like this. Since, and we talked about it earlier, and, I don't mind dropping the ball for one. If, like you said, there are major placements, and I'm pretty sure there are other producers all over who have major placements that they wish that could drop right now. And honestly, like, if I know prior hand, I'm probably going to start asking this question too on the podcast. So if you could have one major placement that you have already that could drop, one, which one would it be?
Man, damn. That shit hurt every time I talk about it, but I don't know when. I think she dropped this in 2018. Cardi B dropped Invasion of Privacy, I think, in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my connect, my man Doe Pesci, shout out Doe Pesci, the GOAT. He's the one who sent my beats out.
Doe Pesci is, first of all, before we even continue this conversation, because from New York legends to like I'm sorry, this my childhood, my teenage years, even before I really got into my production years, I studied producers as a rapper. So Doe Pesci is definitely a legend, a GOAT, a OG. Definitely have to pay my respects.
Homage, yeah, for sure. Crazy.
I gotta. When it comes to legends, I always pay my respect first before we even get into the conversation.
It just popped into my head. I had to shout my man out real quick for sure. Definitely put me on game. Help me get my foot in the industry.
Yeah, Invasion of Privacy. Yeah, that did drop 2018.
Yeah, I remember Doe. He like texted me. He's like, "Bro, keep working. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, keep sending me beats. I'll send them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hype you, but." And he's just like, he didn't say anything. I'm just like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just tell me. Like, I'm gonna keep working. I promise you. Like, just tell me. He's like, Cardi recorded to one of your joints, but I ain't want to gas you. But just keep working. Just keep working. Don't let that get to you, because you never know. You just like keep working. Don't let it get to you. Keep working.
I do respect that though, because as he said, you never know. I do give him the respect for that, because like it's really not gassing you when somebody's giving you the fair precaution.
Yeah.
So, but Cardi,
you know, me being the young producer, like I took it and ran. I'm not gonna lie to you. I took it and ran.
I'm not gonna lie. Like sitting here right now, I ain't even gonna lie. Look, bro, I ain't even gonna lie. Like shit, let Southside text me and tell me I got a Cardi B placement right now. Especially because I did. We did send out for Cardi B placements recently, so you know. But as I said, like, let's Southside text my phone right now and tell me we got a Cardi B placement. I will probably fucking lose my marbles.
She's not the best artist in my opinion, but she is one of the most selling artists to date. So, for sure.
I'm gonna say like this, and you know, like, I can't like. I'm not a person that hates music. I try to. Right or wrong, I try to find a reason to appreciate an artist. And this is one thing I am going to appreciate about Cardi. We're not going to talk about character or any of that. First of all, character-wise, Cardi, love you, girl. Be you. Don't worry about them. Do you, girl. But as a musician, Cardi, as a musician, the one thing I will say, a lot of people dispute about her, and trust me, like it is a dispute with her new song, but Cardi does know how to make it hit. Or you know, whoever's around her, the team that's around her, like whatever's going on. So that's the one thing I will appreciate. I'm gonna say, like I said, Cardi, let Southside text me and say I got Cardi. I'll lose my shit too. I'll probably give that same answer if somebody asks me that question. But the last question that I'm gonna ask is, if you can give the producers one final gem, one final bit of advice that they gotta walk with for the rest of their career, what would you tell them?
I would tell them try to balance your time between making music and actually going outside and making sure your music is heard. You know what I mean? Because I would say for the first solid 3 years of my career, I did zero networking. Like me running into Doe Pesci was literally luck with my homie Chase. Like if I didn't have Chase as a friend, I'd be a starving producer right now. Like literally.
God was with y'all through the way.
I'm telling you, bro. Like I was focused on making sure my beats sounded good, and you know what I'm saying, like good, like not just oh yeah, it's a good like yo, bro, this beat is like that's what I wanted. I wasn't, you know what I mean, but like me doing that, like I did zero networking, and like when I actually had the fire beats, I was like, where do I send? Like you know what I mean? I was like, damn, another break in the road. Like it was a hard time to adjust, but now I kind of, you know what I mean? Like I haven't really been on FL a lot lately. I probably made like 5 beats in the past week, which is a really low amount for me personally. Like, but I just came back from LA on like 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? So
the one thing I've learned, like, and even me, like, I definitely respect that because, like, the one thing I've been learning, like, sometimes, like, I make like probably 2 or 3 or 4 a week, but to me, like, every beat I make has to, if it's not going up for sale, it has to do something or it has to go somewhere. And one fact that I'm going to say before we exit out the podcast, I definitely agree with what you said about going out with the music because, how do I say this? Internet is one thing, but like, and this is just coming from somebody who used to spend all his time getting projects done, burning the CDs myself, getting the covers, buying the cases from Staples and shit, and fucking go taking CDs out. And like I said, the days, man, like I can do a whole solo segment about that for a whole episode if I had to. But, you know, point back saying, you gotta still go out, you still gotta let people know who you are. Cause like the one thing I'm learning and what I'm trying to do with each month is like, how can I go out and let people know who I am? So whether it's a podcast or producer, don't matter which way you see me first, don't matter. Like, you know, they have to see who it is, what it is. You know, it goes both ways because even if they see who it is, they also got to see what it is and who you really are. But
slide just by sending my beats out, and I realized that chances of me getting my whole career through email was not high. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta go out there.
For sure. Because trust me, y'all never know. Y'all might be in the studio and, you know, it may not be Doe Pesci. Or, you know, if y'all around in the same studio, you never know. But, you know, wherever you are in the world, there are legends, there are pioneers, there are influencers, there are people who are creditable, who are making a name, who are making moves, etc. Like that. I can break it down in so many ways. I think y'all get the gist of what I'm talking about. But point blank, you never know where they are. They're probably at the studio you probably about to go to tonight.
Big fact.
So make sure when y'all get done watching this podcast, as we are about to exit out, make sure before y'all roll up and take y'all weed out there to their studio session or wherever you're going, or even if you got somebody coming to your crib for your studio, make sure y'all have that good weed rolled up. Because, you know, we had a good lit session. We had a good lit 420, had a good lit segment. Because y'all already know it's your boy 215 God Beats, aka Streets, aka you already know this. Kid Buku in the building. Cardi! Bardi, come on. I need you, girl. Come on. Wherever that song is, Cardi. Like, trust me, if you got to give me the damn hard drive to go through the vault, I will. I'll go through a million damn songs where I got to. I will, but Cardi, Pesci, help me out here. Doe, help, please. help a brother out. Like if anything, like I gotta hear that. Like just, I gotta at least just know how it sound. Like just damn Cardi. Cause like man, cause like I'm not even gonna lie. Like I always told and it's like Southside always told me like like everybody just hitting this because like we already seen Wallow do it with Pop Smoke, RP the Woo, and like I said, everybody just gonna keep going up, and definitely shout out to everybody that was around, because it's definitely a collective of gang. Shout out Dom the Goat, shout out man, Prince Trail. Man, it's too many, Kojo. It's too many to name. Juke, definitely, of course. Juke. Man, so many people, man. Like, if I wasn't in fucking Twitter jail for a week right now, I could probably go through the shit. Man, like I said, man, they. I gave my 2 cents about what's been going on recently in the world, but they feel how they feel. So I still got like 3 other Twitters anyway. So it's like whatever. I'm just bored just on the other ones. But y'all already know. It's your boy 215 God Beats, Kid Buku. Let Me Rap Wit You podcast. Producer's new favorite podcast, and soon to be Stoner's new favorite podcast, because we've been doing this from episode 1. But y'all already know. Enjoy the rest of y'all 420. Man, wherever you are
tonight for sure.
Man, I'm gonna say it like this. Like I just had 3 for this whole podcast segment. I still got a whole man. The missus got me over.
This is oil, you feel me? So I'm
man,
right now.
I'm not even gonna lie, like I still got shit to roll and got a whole chicken cheese stick to chow down. So like y'all just gonna look. Just hope that your boy is ready for next week's episode. So we might have to take a week.
Man. Stay tuned.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Man, I'll catch you on the flip side too. All right.
Yes, sir.
Have a great night, bro. Enjoy your 420.
You too, gang.
For sure.